then the town manager is the other
Exactly.
person that I looked at.
Yeah.
Does,
So I CC the town manager.
And if some towns
so,
have
so
mayor.
Cheryl, I assume, has a list of this, the town clerk's office?
Yeah, Cheryl actually
Alright.
is sending out hard copies through the mail,
Okay.
and I sent them out electronic.
All right, perhaps she could just circulate a list to the rest of us.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind, if you're coordinating with her, if you could just send a list around, so we know.
And Pete, in the letters, do you specifically request in the upcoming next town council?
Yeah, I'll
meeting?
pass this around if you want to take a look at it.
Yeah.
While we're, having a meeting. It is in, I think we had it at 10, at point 10 at one point. It was just too small. We managed to get it to point 11. There's a lot of information. I was trying to keep it short, but
Yep.
I'll pass it around.
Yeah, I thought-
Okay, and as far as that goes,
No, that's great.
yeah.
All right, so I think, well, we're sort of merging on the next item on the agenda, which is Congress of Councils. And item A, we just talked about the invitation letter to towns.
Right.
So it has gone out.
Well, okay.
I just wanted to see, in terms of, I'm looking at the minutes from July 19th, how the various meetings went. I will start by saying I have not attended a meeting. East Greenwich had a very long agenda for the evening of the 27th, was that the date? Or the 26th, I'm sorry.
26.
The 26th, and so they preferred that I not come. So they will have their invitation in hand, and hopefully we can get on their agenda for the next time around. And that's all I have to report.
Well, I have a couple things with regards to Narragansett. Had some exchanges with their
Oh, you did, okay.
town clerk, and we are on the schedule for.
Okay, I wasn't
Yes.
present the last
As a matter of
meeting.
fact,
And she had said that she had received correspondence from you, it says.
yes.
And
Right.
when I spoke to her this morning, it wasn't, their agenda had not yet been published, but she said it was going to be included in that.
Yeah.
So a week from tonight.
A week from, no, Monday, because we don't have.
Okay.
Right, and I actually did have very small print, very hard to read from a distance anyway. I have, that's a letter to you. It's basically just saying they'd like you to limit your discussion to about 5 to 7 minutes, because they have a lot on their agenda. So they probably expressed that to you anyway, so.
And that was sent through?
That was
Town
sent
clerk?
to me, that was sent directly to me from Brady Miller, who
He's
is
the
a
town manager.
town manager.
I went
All
through
right.
the name and Irons.
All right,
So
if you
I
could
will-
just make sure Cheryl gets a copy of that.
I will enter that into here. Cheryl did get a copy. It did
Oh,
go
okay.
to Cheryl Bruce, so it's all
All right,
in our
fine.
public record, and that was CC.
The other town that I was approaching was Little Compton, and Jerry actually sent sort of an introductory email to some of his contacts there, and they came back not very hopeful. It seems like they almost want to have the facility there themselves. But in any case, I have a good friend who's lives in Little Compton, happens to know a couple of people on the town council, and he's going to try and petition for us and see if they will just listen to what we have to say.
Right.
So that's where that stands. I guess one final other thing was contacted the governor's office in regards to his attendance, and I had a number of email exchanges with his schedule over the course of the last 3 days, and asked him questions, a lot of specific questions, where is it going to be, what time, and I don't know if that's a sign of interest or not, or whatever, but in any case, it's there in front of him, and he's thinking about it.
Okay, good.
Further to that, I have a personal connection with him. My daughter danced with his granddaughter, and I have he knows who I am. We've had a number of discussions, so I don't know if I can prod him a little bit.
I think
Yeah,
there's
the opportunity.
I know his press secretary is in Kemp, and she was the one who put me in contact with the scheduler, so that's where we are. But you could have any other input in there, that would be good.
No, right, well, I'm sure the scheduler has probably more control over it than he does, possibly.
That's perhaps, right.
I was scheduled to go to Tiverton Town Council on on Monday of this week. We've been speaking with Dan and Pete separately. We elected to wait till we get the formal letter out,
Right.
introduce the whole concept, and then approach at the next meeting. So just sort of delayed that to the following, which I think
It's
is
August 2nd.
August 2nd.
Let me just check that. August 4th. Oh, no. August 10th. August 2nd is the deadline to get on the agenda.
August 10th, okay. Well,
So I'll get on the agenda.
okay, because I had a conflict with that, because I'm going to Warren on August 10th.
Right.
So you'll be,
So I can do it. And actually I think I had my initials there for, I think we discovered that last meeting that there was conflict, so I decided I could turn it in, we could do more. So,
All right,
and
Pete,
towns, what's that?
now, have you been out and about yet?
I have not been to any towns yet. I've spoken to quite a few people,
Right, yeah.
mostly about getting this letter to them and who the contact person is, because there were some towns I couldn't find email contact, or they had other means of communication that wouldn't allow attachments, so I couldn't send attachments to them. So I've not been to anywhere. The next meeting, well, Tiverton will be the next one I'm planning to attend. Portsmouth is August 23rd, so I'm going to be planning to attend that. But we have sent out the invitation, and they are also one of the people who are pretty much confident is on board with Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty.
They'd already sent a letter in previously.
Yeah, they
or
already-
earlier date.
Yeah, they already agreed that they'd be attending one. So, as far as that goes, that's as far as it goes with me. Towns I'll be attending.
Do you know, and I haven't checked, when the next meeting is scheduled for East Greenwich?
East Greenwich. Actually, I do not know that, but I will
Alright,
find that out.
I will look into it. As long as it's not
East Greenwich.
VJ Day or the next day.
Oh, that's
I should
right.
be able to make
Yeah,
it.
I believe it was East Greenwich I talked to. They're trying to figure out, I think they did have one scheduled for, it would have fallen on VJ Day, but they don't know if they're going to postpone for the next day or the week after. So I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
ASAP. I've actually taken notes to clarify that anyway.
Okay, Dick, your travels?
I appreciate you guys jumping in on this. They definitely needed the help after charged with it. So it's, I had good meetings in Bristol. We talked about that previously. And in Middletown, it was a very good meeting. They agreed unanimously to attend. And I invited the LNG working group at that meeting. They were present to bring their proposal to the Congress. And I thought it went well. There was a nice letter in this week's Daily News from one of the councilmen about the importance of the Congress of Councils, which I think people are starting to get. I thought that was great. It's starting to galvanize different towns, and I think we're on a good track. I knew that when we started this, and I thought it was a good idea of I think it was Bob Bowen's initially to do this, and I gotta give him credit for thinking of this. And I think it will galvanize the region. I wasn't sure. I thought while I was in Middletown that you were going to divide things up, which I appreciate, and we were all going to go out. I didn't know who I was charged with after that till tonight.